Hi, friends. My name is Veronica Sierra. I'm a licensed dietitian. And today we're going to talk about a very important topic, which is the gut-brain connection or axis. I'm a licensed dietitian originally from Mexico, and my passion is to teach nutrition and to give patients the different tools to improve their lives, diets, and well-being. So said that, we're going to go to our topic today. And there's a very important connection in between the gut and the brain. Each of them influence the other. So the microbiome, which is the bacteria that lives in our gut, has the ability to influence our brain and behavior. So there's, as I'm saying, a two-way avenue or a two-way street. No, déjame empezar otra vez, porque no me gustó eso. ¿Cómo dices a two-way qué? Como una vía de dos rutas.
Two-way street.
Two-way street?
Yeah.
Ok, se me fue ahí como el término. Entonces,
Yeah,
esa borra.
no, that's fine. Let's just start again. I'm going to count backwards again. And let's keep going on the same recording. Ok, bueno.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Pero espera, porque tengo que ir a las
Al
otras.
principio, sí.
Ok.
Ok, bueno. 3, 2, 1.
Hi, friends. My name is Veronica Sierra. I'm a licensed dietitian. And today we're going to talk about a very important topic, which is the gut-brain axis. Just a little bit about my background. I'm originally from Mexico. I have a bachelor's in nutrition and food science. I moved to Florida since 1999, and my passion is to teach nutrition to the people to help them improve their diet, their health, and well-being. So say that, we're gonna go directly to our topic. So the first thing that we need to understand is that there's a very important connection in between the gut and the brain, and each of them affects the other. There's a two-way street. So the microbiome, which is the bacteria that lives in our gut, has the ability to influence our brain and behavior. The main functions of the gut are defense, immunity, tolerance, digestion, absorption, and metabolism. But since this is an important connection, it also affects our satiety, our mood, and the pain. So they talk and they communicate constantly in between each other. So that's why when there's a leaky gut, there's also a leaky brain. In this image, we can see how our gut affects the brain, especially via the vagus nerve and the whole nervous system. There's a direct connection. And also how when there's dysbiosis, that it's an unbalanced gut microbiome, there are produced certain substances such as inflammatory cytokine, certain neuromodulators, certain microbial metabolites, and dietary fermentation. So all this travels directly to this axis, and it can affect our neuroendocrine mediators as well. So as you can see, there's a very related connection in between what happens in the gut and what happens in the brain. Now, from the gut to the brain, there's, as I'm saying, a direct connection in between the vagus nerve activation. Also, there's certain neurotransmitters that are produced, and these neuropeptides that has a lot to do with appetite and satiety. So leptin and serotonin controls a lot of our appetite and satiety signals. Also immune signaling, the barrier integrity, and the production of short-chain fatty acids. These short-chain fatty acids are mainly produced in the microbiome. Now, from the brain to the gut, which are the signals that normally affects the gut coming from the brain? Well, again, the production of these neurotransmitters such as serotonin, dopamine, also the fight or flight stress reaction. Remember, this is mainly a reaction from stress, so it raises cortisol. Also, neuromusculars control peristalsis. So that's why when we are stressed, our peristalsis changes, so we can get diarrhea or we can get constipated. And this is very related to the IBS syndrome that a lot of people suffer, because as I'm saying, our emotions and our stress can affect directly our neuromuscular control for the gut, and also the secretion of mucus. Now, we have been talking about the microbiome or the microbiota. This is mainly the microorganisms that are present in our body ecosystems, but the ones that have been more studied are the ones from the gut, because they contain thousands of species and 7,000 subspecies. So it's a very wide variety of these bacteria that lives in our gut. Some of them are considered pathogens and some of them are considered good bacteria. So in the pathogens, we normally have the ones that are better known, such as Salmonella, Shigella, Campylobacter, E. coli, Yersinia, or Candida, which is a yeast. And the good bacteria is mainly known as the probiotics. And they also have different families, such as the Lactobacillus, the Bifidobacterium, or the Saccharomyces. Now, there's a term known as leaky gut. Maybe some of you have heard of it, maybe you don't. Leaky gut mainly refers to the damage of these cells that you can see here. These are the intestinal cells, or the intestinal layer, that it's a one cell layer. So it's very sensitive to get damaged, and this can happen due to different stressors, such as toxins, certain food particles of foods that are very inflammatory or we are intolerant to. Also, stress has an important factor here, drugs, pathogens, or because of certain organ malfunctions. And also some medications such as corticosteroids, antibiotics, antacids, or arthritis medications can also damage this lining of our gut and then produce what is known as leaky gut. Which are the some of the subsequent conditions are malabsorption, food intolerances, organ malfunction, hormonal imbalances, autoimmune diseases, thyroid problems, systemic inflammation, and blood-brain barrier disruption. So as you can see, our gut manages a lot of the reactions or things that are happening throughout our bodies, and we can have many symptoms in our bodies or our health that we don't even think that they come from this leaky gut. So it's very important to have this concept present, because the gut is our first line of defense. So how can we keep our gut healthy? Well, fiber is a very key nutrient for our gut health, because fiber feeds good bacteria and helps promote the healthy microbiome. It's good to have blends of different fibers. Remember, fibers are classified mainly in between soluble and insoluble fiber, but there are different lengths of these fibers, different types. So it's better to have a blend of these fibers for our microbiome or our microbiota, which are the probiotics, to be well fed and happy. This will help support our digestion. Also, it's going to help us improve our glucose and cholesterol levels. Eating will increase our immunity, because remember, if our gut is healthy, our immune system is strong and it's working properly. Also, it will influence our mood, our stamina, and our appetite control, as we mentioned previously. Some of these fibers are known as beta-glucans. This is a specific type of fiber, but this is very related with immunity. And as I mentioned, it has different functions in the body, such as managing our cholesterol and sugar levels, or also improves our cardiovascular health, immune system, asthma, Crohn's disease, fibromyalgia, rheumatoid arthritis. And since they improve our immunity, it helps us to prevent or to get rid of certain viruses, bacteria, and some of these infections. Polyphenols are certain compounds that are contained in a lot of fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. They are mainly the ones who give color to our food, so they are pigments, and they're very good because they work as potent antioxidants. But it's very important to know some of the functions that they have, especially in the gut, because they are turned into metabolites that can cross the blood-brain barrier. So you can eat polyphenols, but if they are not converted into these metabolites by the gut bacteria, they will not be able to cross the blood-brain barrier, and you will not have the effect that you want. So it's very important to have a healthy microbiome to improve the functions of these polyphenols, and also to reduce inflammation, because inflammation impairs the transport across this brain barrier. Okay, so which are some of the benefits of these polyphenols in the brain? They modulate and improve their function. It boosts memory and cognition. Also, it has a very anti-inflammatory effect, and they help prevent Alzheimer's, Parkinson, and dementia. There's an omega-3 called as DHA. This is one of the most important omega, especially for the brain, because it has different functions. It also crosses the blood-brain barrier. It helps as an anti-inflammatory. It helps signaling certain pathways and improve the synapses in between the neurons. Also promotes cell survival. They improve mood, cognition, and memory, and also they help to treat neurological diseases. So this omega-3, it's a key nutrient that you should be aware to have and to promote its intake, because it has a lot of benefits, especially to the brain, but also to your overall health. Now, there's a ratio that it's known as an omega-3 to 1 ratio, omega-3, omega-6. Remember, omega-6 are pro-inflammatory, and we tend to have a lot of this in our diets. So modern diets are high in these omega-3s. So we definitely want to improve our omega-3 intake to get into an anti-inflammatory stage. And there are a lot of functions that are altered if you are in this systemic inflammation state. How can you reach that point? Well, we normally rely on nutraceuticals. Nutraceuticals refer to nutrients or supplements from food, which has a positive effect on your health. So these nutraceuticals have the benefits such as antioxidant to improve your cellular energy, improves cardiovascular health, digestion and absorption of nutrients, and also improves the proper working of your metabolism. It increases your elasticity and resistance of your skin and tissues. Also, they're good for our osteoarticular health. They prevent chronic diseases, and they help us maintain our overall health. So I'm a truly believer of these benefits from the nutraceuticals. Cincina offers this health protocol, which has different products, different nutraceuticals that are going to help you improve your health and overall well-being. One of the main products is the balance oil. This is a blend of different omega-3, such as EPA, DHA, and DPA, which are one of the more beneficial for our gut and our brain. And also has polyphenols that, remember, polyphenols are important compounds that they will help the omegas to be absorbed because they increase your membrane permeability. And they also work as very important antioxidants. Finally, vitamin D3, which also has a lot of benefits for your gut and your brain. So these three key nutrients, they work synergistically, and they will give you many benefits for your brain and your gut. We have different flavors. We have the liquid presentation, and we do have the soft gels. Now, the balance test also offer a benefit because this is a test that you will perform before starting the balance oil and after 120 days after taking the balance oil. So you can compare how you started and how the product is working in your own bodies. This is performed by a very well-known lab named Vitas that it's in Norway, and it will give you important information such as your rate of omega-6, omega-3 ratio, also your fatty acid protection value, your omega-3 index, your mental strength index, your membrane fluidity, and also how are your levels of different essential fatty acids. So this is a very complete test that will give you important information in regards your inflammation level and how your omega-3s are in your body. Synabiotic is one product that is very important for your gut health because this is a blend of different fibers that will keep your microbiome healthy. Remember, probiotics are the good bacteria in your gut and prebiotics are the food for these bacteria. So this synabiotic is a prebiotic and will help to keep your gut in balance and your healthy microbiome, besides controlling your blood sugar levels and your cholesterol levels. Now, remember, our intestine is one of the largest organs that we have, and different type of bacteria lives in our colon. So synabiotic is a blend of different fibers with different lengths that are going to help us to feed all these bacteria. So that will definitely get our gut in balance. And we have different types for different parts of the intestine. We have soluble fiber, and we also have the psyllium husk, which is very hygroscopic. We have fructooligosaccharides, we have inulin, the beta glucans. Remember that those are the ones that are very related to improving our immune system. And finally, resistant starch. So as I was mentioning, the Health Premium Protocol has 4 products that they work synergistically. We already mentioned the balance oil, which are the omegas. We have the synabiotics, which are the prebiotics fibers. And we do have a multi-nutrient, which is called Extend Plus. With this product, you're gonna get vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, and also beta glucans, which are part of the fibers that I mentioned already. And remember, stress is a trigger for our brain and gut health. So if you are very stressed, you will have influence in your gut and your brain. Viva is a product made from saffron. Saffron is a herb or a spice, mainly a spice, and it doesn't have any psychotropic effects, but it's very beneficial to keep you relaxed and to reduce anxiety and depression. So this definitely is going to help you to sleep better and get your health under control. Now, all the Cincino products are considered very high quality. They have been approved by the EFSA, which is the European Food and Safety Authority, equivalent to the FDA. So all the claims that you see here, they have been tested, and you can rest assured that the products are gonna work and they are really clean, organic, so you don't have to worry about any toxic substances or anything. This is a high quality company and nutraceuticals. So my last quote is, if you could be living a better life, why wouldn't you start now? So take control of your health, be very aware that you have to start feeding your body, to giving it like more good nutrients, and also work with your stress levels, and you will of course start seeing a difference. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this presentation.